I'm always talking about how to get leads, how to get commercial leads. Do I use Dodge? Do I use Blue Book? Do I use Construct Connect? So many ways. What is the best way? And it's funny because I've never really talked about this, but last week I literally unlocked the secret, like the holy grail of how to get the best construction leads. Not just construction leads, but the best ones. So if you want to know the secret that I discovered, stay tuned. So a few weeks ago, I actually had a meeting with the top brass of Dodge and Blue Book because I'm trying to get in with them. I've been trying to get in with Dodge and Blue Book for probably over 5 or 6 years because I've been wanting to offer our estimating to their contractors. And I finally got my meeting. And after my meeting, what they wanted to do was, in order to start getting me in, to getting I Am Builders in, they said, hey, why don't you go to this trade show? And in my mind, I'm like, trade show? I don't want to go to a trade show. Like I'm just gonna talk to a couple people. Like, that's kind of a little bit of a waste of time. That's what I was thinking. So I go to this trade show reluctantly. I gotta wake up early. It's a little far for me. I kind of really didn't want to do it. Actually, here's a picture of our booth right here. We got the retractable banners and the table. I didn't really want to go, but I did it anyway. And while I was there, I got to meet a bunch of general contractors and subcontractors. And I started thinking about it, and I said, these guys are literally here to meet each other. My mind was blown because it was such a simple concept that I'm like, I can't believe I didn't think about this. Because normally I talk about, you know, call clients and email them and visit them and all these lead prospecting methods. And I never really talk too much about networking. You're kind of worried, like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to go visit people, right? So, and some of the stuff that I talk about in my other videos is go visit people, right? And part of it, you're kind of interrupting their day. You're kind of worried, like, am I going to get rejected? Are they going to throw me out of their office? Are they going to just not have time? Am I going to waste my time? These are all valid concerns. But when I went to this trade show and all these guys were like meeting each other, shaking hands, it was like super amazing. And I'm like, we got to talk about this. So that's why I'm making this video. Literally, this was last week. And so after about an hour of having our booth, I met a bunch of people. We go into this room and everybody had a chance to give a short presentation. So I gave a short presentation about estimating and why you need it and how we can help them, right? Something basic. And what happened after, you're not going to believe. I went back to my booth and literally within the next 5 minutes, I had a line of people wanting to meet me. And I'm like, I'm not that famous. I'm not like famous or anything. But what happened was, estimating is the biggest issue that every single contractor faces. So when they saw my presentation, they're all like, oh, I gotta go talk to them. And I realized that replace me, instead of being I Am Builders, the estimating company, replace me with your company, the drywall sub, or your company, the general contractor. And literally, all these guys wake up early. They take time out of their day to go to this event. Why? Because some of them want to network because they need subs, and some of them want to network because they want business, right? It's the perfect combination. The GCs want new subs, and the subs want new contracts, right? And that's how it works. So all these guys wanted to meet us. We talked to them. It was great. And the following week, which this week, we just landed our first, like a very, very high profile client straight from that meeting. So that got me thinking, and I said, I never really promote networking events. I never really talk about like, hey, you got to do this. Hey, you got to do this. I have my weekly coaching call every single week in my membership site. I talk to clients on the phone, and I'm always like, hey, go to Dodge, go to Blue Book. I never talk about the networking events. So I want to show you how you can find these events and what to do there. The first place you're going to go to is, you're actually going to go to Google, and you're going to type in something like construction associations near me, right? Enter, and you're going to find all these websites. In my case, I'm in South Florida, the South Florida AGC, Construction Association of South Florida, Association of Builders and Contractors. So I'm just gonna go, look, Associated General Contractors. Look at this, look, Local Association of Home Builders. All I have to do is sign up for all these companies and become part of their membership, and then I can start going to events. So let's just open one of them. So if I open this one, I'm gonna come over here, and then I'm gonna find here where the events are, how to sign up, events calendar. And then here, this one's gonna give me a calendar. They usually all have like some sort of calendar. So then I'm gonna just start looking for like the events that they have, so I can start registering for them, right? Sometimes you gotta register them. Another one you can do is construction networking events, right? Just type that in your city. So I ended up finding this meetup group, Meetup, so meetup.com, this is a good one. And then now what popped up was real estate stuff. And I'm like, construction is so close to real estate. You go to these events, you're a general contractor, you go visit these, you see all these realtors and developers, and you pass by their table and you just start dropping your business card. You're like, hey, I do construction, I work with realtors. And a lot of times they're gonna say, hey, I actually have a client that they wanna lease out this tenant space and we need like a construction budget. Can you help us with that? Wow, imagine if you can actually give them a budget. That's gonna put your foot in the door. So that's one thing you could do, right? You gotta think outside the box. Another place, go to thebluebook.com. So if you go to thebluebook.com, you're going to see this thing here that says events. So this is the event that I went to, and they have these events all the time, all across the country. So just find your local area, So the one I went to was this one right here, Pompano Beach, but they have them all over the country. Okay, so that's another one. Now, what do you do after you've gone to this trade show and you've gotten all these business cards and you've talked to them? What's the next step? I'm going to show you exactly how to do the next part of the prospecting in this video.